What is up with it? Today we are back and we are going to be looking over all of the topping deck lists from the Top Cut Events Online Regional. First, I streamed last night for the first time in like 2 months. Hella people showed up. It was very unexpected. It was a ton of fun. Probably going to try streaming more this week. Second of all, I announced that I am going to be hosting a GP Mirror Masterclass. If you would like to attend that, link is in the description. Just a warning, this is going to be a premium product that is only for people who have, 1 or 2 events left in this EB format, and they want to go from this side of the pie chart to this side of the pie chart. I was able to do that on GP the last 2 weeks of the onlines. I also was able to hit rank 1 on ladder. In tournament, I have an 8-1 record in the mirror. And on ladder, my mirror win rate is like 90% or something absurd. So this is going to be a very premium product that I'm going to put a lot of work into. It's going to be a lot deeper than any masterclasses that I've seen, or we're really trying to hone in specifically how can you win the mirror, which in my opinion is the most important thing about how to go from here to here. Again, this is not for everyone. This is only for people who are really trying to hone in on the mirror and really try to get to be part of this pie chart if they think the mirror is going to be the thing that sets them over the edge. But anyways, looking at the breakdown, we see about 25% of the room was on GP Luffy. Makes sense. That's about where we were with Doflamingo frequently. Doflamingo was frequently around 25%. The rest of the pie chart is just kind of a homage of everything. Like nothing else really stands out. Like Shanks, I guess, is at about 12.5%. But then everything else is pretty equal or not that large of the pie chart. But then you look at the conversion rate and Shanks drops off the map. I don't think Shanks is a good pick right now, to be honest with you guys. I think it definitely loses to a good GP player. I don't think it has the best time versus Blackbeard or Lucci, and those are, 3 of the best decks. They're the 3 decks that converted the best. So I personally don't think Shanks is a great pick right now. GP also having a staggering conversion rate, going from about 25% of the chart to about 45%, almost 50% of the chart, so almost doubling its conversion rate. Lucci similarly, basically doubling his conversion rate, maybe even a little bit more. Lucci super overperforming. Blackbeard also really performing. As we see, it looks like he just about doubled. Anel also doing really well. So like basically it feels like these 3 decks just kind of like ate up like this, and then like all of these. Just all of that got gobbled up by these 3 decks basically. But anyways, on to the topping deck list. We have Joshua Tan first. This is actually one of my local shout outs to Joshua. Huge congratulations. So 2 Robin, 3 Green Zoro, 3 Luffy, 1 Gamma Knife, 3 Luna, 2 0 costs. So we're looking at 10 2Ks plus 2 0 costs. We got 4 tech events, and then only 2 Robin. Yeah, pretty standard. I don't want to say standard necessarily, but nothing in here that shocks me too much. We do have some things later with the GP list that were very different than I think what most people expected. Oh, 2 Usopps in this Nami. I'm not sure I've seen 2 Usopps in a Nami deck list in a long time. I wonder if this is because the Nami player assumes that GP players are never going to hold Dawn up. And if they're not holding Dawn up, it's pretty, and they don't naturally play blockers, right? Like if you think about some decks, they play something like a Captain Kid, right? 5 cost Captain Kid. That's a blocker that they're playing just as a body sometimes. GP doesn't really play any blockers for the body. So, I mean, sometimes maybe a Sanji, depending on the matchup. I'm not sure if they're doing that versus Nami, so I could see how if they're not keeping up Dawn, this can really catch them slipping. Maybe that's why this is in here. I'm definitely going to have to keep that in mind. But crazy that Nami got second. Now we have a Blackbeard. Also a little surprising that Blackbeard was able to get third. We have 3 Liberations. I'm a little surprised to see no VVs. But they are on the full Doc Q Van Auger train. So pretty vanilla Blackbeard list. Like not running really any tech cards. This is actually maybe the highest density of Blackbeard Pirates cards I've ever seen in a Blackbeard top list. Fourth, we have Jackson Juan. Shout outs to Clyde. Really interesting list. 2 Choppers, 2 Robins, 4 of the Green Zoros, only 2 Rush Luffys, 2 Luffy Taros, only 8 2Ks, 1 0 cost, and 5 events, including the Radio Knife. This is going to be a big thing that we see in several of the lists. I think this caught a lot of people off guard. I was testing it before the event. I wasn't that thrilled with it, so I didn't play it, as we will look over later. But really low on the counter and high on the events there. Next we have another Lucci. We've got anything interesting here. We got 2 Tenzons. I think this is going to be a mainstay. Oh, 1 Borsalino is really interesting. What about the current landscape would make them want to play this? It's not like we're lacking forward on turns. I don't know. I literally maybe just a tech for the mirror. Okay, it could be on their 10 Dawn turn, if they have Mansherry, they want to be able to double blocker. Like if they need to survive just one more turn, maybe it's like a Mansherry into Rebecca into Borsalino combo. But yeah, I'm not sure. Very interesting. Next we have an Usopp. Anything interesting here? Only 3 KKG. Everything else looks pretty standard to me. We got another Blackbeard. Only 2 Lafitte. Interesting. Still running the iBid. 1 Devon. 3 Shiryu. I think the last list we looked at actually didn't have any Shiryu. Next we have Philip Vu in 8th place. Congratulations, Philip Vu. Very nice gentleman. He unfortunately committed the sin of only 3 Searcher events. You hate to see it, genuinely. But 2 Frankie. I mean, this list is pretty unique, right? Only 2 Robin, 2 Frankie, only 2 Green Zoro. We're looking at 8 2Ks and 3 counter events. This makes a little bit more sense because we're running a little bit heavier on the event lineup, considering we're running 2 of the Radio Knife. But yeah, congratulations to Philip. Easily could have won the tournament. I know he lost on stream to a pretty nasty Blackbeard trigger. 9th place, unfortunately. This is actually the person who I lost to in the final round of Swiss. I got triggered by a finger pistol when I didn't need to. I think I'm also going to review my 2 losses on my Metafy for my $10 supporters. Shoutouts to my supporters. 2 Brooks. That's pretty interesting. I think he actually hit me with a Brook. Because I was trying to starve after I got finger pistoled. 2 Sabo and 2. Okay, so I haven't seen too many lists run both the Sabo and the Kuzan and the Brook. I really wonder what inspired him for the Brook. I wonder if it was a hedge against Teach, where this will be good in the mirror. This can maybe be playable versus GP. If you're on the even curve, you can play this on 6. It's probably really good on 6, actually. It's probably really good on 6 specifically versus GP. And then versus Teach, you know, Teach players probably not expecting this, maybe not going to leader effect on that turn. So honestly, this is maybe an adaptation that I think was probably really, really good for them over the course of the day. Unfortunate that they bubbled out. Kevin Zhao also bubbling out. Really interested in seeing his take for Frankie. Only 2 Rush Luffys. I'm not a fan of what... Oh my god, only 3 Giant. Holy shizai. Holy shizai. I mean, Kevin Zhao the GOAT, so can't really question him. I love the 4 Robin. Also, like, extremely counter light. Also, only 3 stage. Like, we are only running 8 2Ks and 3 Giants. And we're just running a bunch extra 1Ks, basically, saying, hey, most people you play versus, they're just going to swing base 6 at you for a majority of the game. So if I just have more 1K counters that I see utility in, I'll just counter out of those early, and then I won't need the big counter cards later in the game. I can kind of see the vision. And saying also, like, hey, I'm going to have the Robins, so even if they do try to, you know, catch me slipping without big counter cards, I'll have the Robin. I'm really not on board with 3 Giant, personally. I think that card is broken, but I kind of like the vision. I'd be willing to try it for sure. Next we have Kobe. It's going to be a Lucci in 11th. So we're seeing Uta pretty much standard in these Lucci lists. Same with 2 Tenzon. Nothing else too notable. 4 Mancherry. And then we have this is going to be our first 8-2 Enel. I don't know nothing about what Enel deck lists are supposed to look like these days, so honestly, no comment. 13th, we have a Blackbeard. Okay, so they are running the VV, only 1 Shiryu, only a couple Augurs and a couple Doc Qs, running 3 Liberations. 1 I bid feels really, really random to me. I'm not sure I see the vision of running 1 of these, but maybe there's something with the math of if you run 5 triggers versus 4. Also, only 3 Teach. I'm a fan. Yeah, maybe the math says that you get like a really nice increase in hitting the trigger. Next, we have a GP in 14th. We're looking at 9 2Ks, 2 events. Got the Gamma Knife. So Gamma Knife definitely seeing a lot of shine. Luna as well. Yep, looks pretty standard other than that. Another GP. I think we're going to start getting into the sea of the GPs. So only 3 Robin, 10 2Ks, and 2 0 costs. A full 4 of the Luffys and 1 Gamma Knife. So a lot of 3 Luna, 1 Gamma Knife. Completely understandable. I almost ran this same package, and I might next week. Next we have Jonas the GOAT at 16th. Managed to squeeze in with the tiebreakers. Could have been me if only Sock didn't lose his last round, destroying my tiebreaker. Shout outs to Sock. Got 9 2Ks, 2 0 costs, just the 3. This is basically exactly my list. Oh no, he's only running 1 Taro. What am I running that he's not running for the Taro? Oh, he's running the 4th Luffy instead of the 2nd Taro. Okay, got you. I think I lied to him and said that I thought we were on the same list. Oops. Close enough. For some reason, I thought he was on 2 Taro. I don't know too much about smoker lists, but this is definitely an interesting tech. Is this searchable? I don't think so. Catch your opponent slipping, I guess. Don't let them... Not letting them, like, just ping your... I don't even know specifically, right? Your stuff is pretty big, right? Like, they're not trying to ping your smoker. It's an 8K. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I see the vision exactly. We got another Lucci. One of Kobe, you'll love to see it. 2 10s on 1 Sengoku. I like this list a lot. 2 10s on definitely looking extremely standard right now. 18th place Victor Pham, also one of my locals. Actually the GOAT. Shouts to Victor Pham. 1 Sabo, 2 10s on, 3 Jack, 2 0 costs. Just to help with the high number of bricks that this deck runs. 3 Uta. Only 3 Lucci. I know Victor has been on the 3 Lucci train for a little bit right now. Personally, I don't see the vision. I've always felt like games you don't get to Lucci are the hardest, but maybe with... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe with the Sabos and the Jacks and the Tenzons and the Brooks, maybe you're okay. Maybe. And we're not playing Gecko anymore, so like you have more diversified top end that don't need the Lucci, so maybe it's okay. Chris Pack in 20th. Shout out to Chris Pack. Seeing a lot of Lucci. Also, what's the top 8 breakdown? Let's look at that. So we have 1, 2, 3 GPs in top 8, and we have 2 Blackbeards in top 8. Yep. And everyone else was a one of. Okay, so Chris Pack right in front of me at 21st. Shirahoshi is pretty interesting. Haven't seen too many of these so far. A couple Tashigis, also haven't seen those too much. 4 Tenzon. Okay, most we're seeing 2. I'm not really going to talk about this one. If you want to hear me talk about my list, I have a full video dedicated to it on the channel. 22nd place, 4 VVs, 3 Shuryus. Okay, nothing else too interesting, I don't think. 23rd, we have a GP Luffy, 2 Zoro. This is the first sighting of Zoro. Only 1 Luffy Taro. Yeah, interesting. I wonder why they decided to run 2 of these. Also 4 Green Zoro, interesting. GP Luffy running the 9th 2K. 4 Radio Knife. Is this Sheki? I think this is Sheki. I could be mistaken, but I think this is Sheki. 4 Radio Knife. So again, seeing more of this Radio Knife card pop up. I know to a lot of people it kind of came out of nowhere. But it started getting buzz a few days before the event. Alright, 4 and 1, only 3 Searcher event. Please play 4 Searcher event. Yeah. I wonder, what am I less down for? Am I less down for 3 Giant or 3 Searcher event? Like if someone came up to me and they're like, Elijah, I'm gonna cut one of them. No question, I'm cutting one of them. Which one would I be more upset about them cutting? Probably the Giant, but I could be wrong. Maybe also matters like the makeup of the, okay, I just clicked on that one, my bad. The look of the rest of the deck list. Okay, looking at another NL. Okay, 2 of the 7 costs, that's interesting. Also, only 2 Ace is interesting. Also, no Yamato. I didn't know they weren't running Yamato anymore. Maybe they just think that versus GP it's pretty worthless because it can't pop anything. So maybe trying to like aggro them down instead, also running this as a tech versus the stage. Interesting. I got another GP, 2 Chopper, only 1 Green Zoro. This seems like such a weird card to run a one of to me. 2 of the demonic aura. I would love to ask this person about how this treated them throughout the tournament. 1 gamma knife. So 1 gamma knife really seeming like the standard right now. At least in the topping deck lists. So definitely do not get caught slipping by the 1 gamma knife. Nothing too interesting about this list. I guess running 10 and 1. This looks really similar to mine, actually. Who is this? Oh, this is Alex. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Lol. Okay. This is Kyle. Running 2 Luffy Taros, 9 2Ks, 2 0 costs. Only 2 Robin. We got our first Bonnie at 30th place. Probably the lowest we've seen Bonnie do in a while. Running a couple Rosinantes, running 1 of the Spider's Web, running a couple Euros, couple Pedros. We got a Reiju next at 31st. Nothing too interesting. They're not running the Thunderbolt card, the Luffy card this week, it looks like. And then our first Shanks all the way at 32nd place. You love to see it. Standard Shanks, whatever. I guess he's running a Goldie Roger and 1 stage and a couple mole guns. And then a bunch of Divine Departures, but whatever. Anyways, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to check out my masterclass, it will be in the description. If you'd like to support my channel and help me make videos like this, again, link in the description to my Metafy. I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.